If a World Cup game were to happen tomorrow, who are you starting in goal? Zack Steffen or Matt Turner? In this video, we're going to try to answer that question and do it to the best of our ability. So without further ado, let's get to it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Drew, and today, like I said, we're going to be talking about Zack Steffen and Matt Turner, this whole new goalkeeper controversy that just kind of popped up in this last World Cup qualifier window we just had in October. But before we get to that, if you guys love USA Soccer and you want to be part of the ever-growing wonder of USA Soccer fandom here on YouTube, then subscribe down below. Be part of that. And also, while you're down there, subscribe to my Twitter. Follow my Twitter, which is down there in the description box. I do need more followers there. It'd be much appreciated. I do live tweet a lot during the game, so we can always rant and stuff together. So just think about that. Okay. Zack Steffen, Matt Turner. This is a conversation that I feel a couple months ago, or a year ago, a couple months ago, was not really a conversation. It was Zack Steffen in goal. Number one, undisputed. Matt Turner looked pretty good to be his understudy, his second in command, probably followed by Ethan Horvath or vice versa. But nonetheless, the majority of the fans of the USMNT were in the favor of having Zack Steffen be the number one goalkeeper. But now, like I said before, after this whole World Cup qualifying window where Matt Turner was the main starter for the first two games, Zack Steffen started the third game against Costa Rica, Matt Turner looked good, and it kind of really brought this whole conversation about and alive. Like, okay, who are we going to start in goal? Matt Turner, who plays regularly in MLS, or Zack Steffen, who is a bench player for Man City in the Premier League? And this really brings up another question. Is it better to be a bench substitute player for one of the biggest teams in one of the biggest leagues in the world, or better to be playing regularly in MLS week in and week out and getting that consistency going and that momentum going with you? And that is the problem and situation right now with Matt Turner and Zack Steffen. Matt Turner is constantly playing. He's the number one goalkeeper for New England Revolution, who is having a pretty good season in MLS. And he is a big part of that. He's helping them really climb up the Eastern table. But Zack Steffen, on the other hand, is signed from one of the biggest teams, if not the biggest team right now in the Premier League. But he's not the number one goalkeeper. He is mostly a cup keeper, but not Champions League, not Premier League, just maybe like FA Cup, Carabao Cup. He did play the Community Shield, which they lost, only on a penalty. You can't really judge a goalkeeper off a penalty save or miss because it's a penalty, it's 50-50 chance. He's a substitute. So that's where the conversation is around right now. Matt Turner is playing consistently. Zack Steffen is not. So in theory, Matt Turner should be the one to start. And I'm going to give you guys my quick thought on the whole situation, who I would start with our team. And I'll explain it to you guys so it makes sense for everybody watching this video. Are you enjoying this video? Because if you are, I don't believe you. The only way I believe you is if you leave a like right here on the video. Then I'm like, oh shit, this dude liked the video. Thanks, bro. Just keep that in mind. Before I go ahead and give you guys my thoughts on who I would want to start for the next qualifying window in November for the USMNT, let's recap some detailed stats for both of these goalkeepers that we have at our disposal. Number one first, of course, Zack Steffen here. He made his debut in 2018 under Dave Sarachan, who was the interim manager at the time before Greg Berhalter took over. He's played so far 24 games for the USA, conceding 24 goals, but he does have 10 clean sheets. He's got over 2,000 minutes played. On the other hand here, vice versa with Matt Turner, he's played only 12 games with the USMNT, making his debut this year in February under Greg Berhalter, of course, conceding only 4 goals in those 12 games and keeping 8 clean sheets. So 8 clean sheets out of 12 versus Zack Steffen's 10 out of 24. It's a little unfair there for Zack Steffen, I would say, because Matt Turner did play mostly Gold Cup games or against teams that we should be fucking beating easily and not conceding goals to. The World Cup qualifier games, though, he did perform well, especially recently this past October. It's still October. What the fuck am I saying? This past October. He is a good shot stopper, but I would say so is Zack Steffen. Maybe not as prolific right now. He might maybe not on the best form as Matt Turner, but still, nonetheless, I'm glad that we had this problem. We have two solid, good goalkeepers that we're fighting to see. Yeah, I want him to start. No, he should start. No, he should. I'm glad that we have two goalkeepers. And when it comes down to it, whichever one starts, I'm cool with. So, but for me, now up to my decision, I would want to have Zack Steffen be my number one goalkeeper still to this day, and then of course Matt Turner being the second. Why? Well, not because I hate him less, not because of any of that. I do support the league. I really want it to grow and be respected more around the world. But given to the fact that MLS is not the best quality of games, and you guys know that the quality there is not that high. I know Zack Steffen isn't playing too much, but he just made his Premier League debut this past weekend. Burnley in a 2-0 win, which Burnley didn't really get too many shots on target. I think it was only 2 shots against Man City that Zack Steffen saved. But Zack Steffen is playing for one of the best teams in one of the best leagues, if not the best league in the world. So he's getting that constant, good training there at Man City behind one of the best goalkeepers right now, Ederson. So he's learning from Ederson. He's learning from the goalkeeping management team there. Scott Carson as well as mentoring him. But it's a whole atmosphere of playing against one of the best coaches in the world right now, Pep Guardiola. So he's got a lot of high world-class talent there, teaching him and training him, and he's learning so much from that. Whereas Matt Turner is just learning from MLS or New England Revolution or Bruce Arena. Like, no disrespect there, but it's just different levels. And I feel like if Matt Turner were to if Zack Steffen were to be given the chance to start more for Man City, I think he really would perform well. And I really do hope he does get the opportunity to really make more of an impact in that team, really start more. Pep Guardiola did come out and say he does support Zack Steffen. He likes him. He likes him as a goalkeeper, and he does have trust in him, which is good for Zack Steffen's confidence and for us as USMNT fans. Like, yeah, Pep Guardiola sees a lot of potential and good stuff with Zack Steffen, and you know what? So should we. But besides Turner and Steffen, we really don't have many more good choice goalkeepers. We have, of course, Ethan Horvath, who is probably our third choice, who makes us 3 goalkeepers right there going into a World Cup. But who else? Like, what if one of them, God forbid, gets injured or is not playing well? Who can we replace him with? Odonze seems to be too young, still inexperienced yet. I wouldn't trust him. David Ochoa now is gone to Mexico. That was a kid that we were all kind of hyping up there before he switched sides. Sean Johnson probably. Bill Hamid. Who else is Brad Guzan for fucking desperate, which I hope we never will be ever. I don't know. That brings up another question. This goalkeeper position here for the USA is looking a little bleak and empty. So let me know down below, guys, what you guys think about Turner and Steffen. Who is your number one goalkeeper for the USA right now and for the 2022 World Cup? Let me know down below. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for kicking it with me. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.